Right, we are out of here. Any boats coming? No, we've got a few minutes. I've got to go backwards and turn around in that marina behind me, so almighty shove as much as I can. What's happening now, the wind's caught me and it's blowing me faster, but it's not too bad. A little bit of a bump on the rear quarter, whatever it's called. So I'm gonna go back about 200 yards and then try and make this turn. It's like the end of an era, because I've seen Harry and his mates, like so often, that I've always become one of the lads. But they're just brilliant, honestly. Just so helpful, you know. Right, we're here. This is the spot. Stop the boat. Front end out as hard as I can. Now my push off before was decidedly lethargic. No, it's not done it. I'm going to have to go back. Give myself a run up. I've got to give myself a run up to this. I've got to be super careful because the gap is small. Like I can't afford to hit the far side because it's all boats. There we go. It's not as much space as I thought it would be, but it's quite doable. There we go. There we go. Cheers, guys! Right, anyway, great news. We are on our way. And farewell to the beautiful Streethay Wharf and the not so beautiful A38, which is its constant and noisy companion. And farewell for the time being to Harry and Blue and the friends. Oh, and since the sun's out and we're going to be covered by trees, obviously I need protection. I'm not sure exactly how safe this is. I think I've mentioned it's actually designed for use with horses. I've not got my sun hat. If it stays out, I don't think it's going to stay out. It is an entirely theoretical problem, the sun, today. In 10 minutes it'll be gone. It's mainly cloud. So the journey continues. The reason I'm sort of going on, we're on our way, journey continues. We're always on our way, you know, sort of. But I've been stuck there for far longer than I would normally stop. Like I did 2 weeks there, went down to Whittington and then went back there, and you can't really do that. It was to get the boat fixed, you know what I mean, but CRT aren't really. If you've got a major engine problem, I don't want to slag them down. They'll, you know, if your engine's broken down, they're not going to be silly and say get your boat off my canal, you know. It's not. But it's got to be a major problem for them to do that. So I'm afraid, quite rightly, they sent me the email. I was waiting as long as I could because the guy kept on getting sick. One day he was well, the next day he wasn't, and he was struggling psychologically as well with some recent issues. I'm not going to say anything about it because it's entirely personal and private. He was talking about, I'll you know, just give us a tenner, give us 20 quid. And this is to remove my central heating unit, which I'll show you one of these days. Take it off, dismantle it, and clean it out. And that was 20, that's all he would take off me. I offered him more. and that's all he would take was 20 quid. Now it didn't work, but you know, that wasn't his fault. He did his best. That's King's Orchard Marina. Be a cracking place to moor because you've got boats, really safe. No, it's no cracking place to moor. I'm talking rubbish. There's not a shop within 2 miles. I went down to Whittington just to sort of to get a move, to make a move, so CRT didn't tell me off, but it wasn't far enough. And stupidly, I came straight back. You can't really do that. You've got to move on. So now I've got a bad boy email, and you can't afford to get those things. If you get 3, you get put on a restricted license for 6 months. My last one was a year ago. I think it was on the River Weaver. After I got blacked, I went back to the same spot, came out of the blacking place, stupidly went back to the same mooring where I was, and quite rightly they said, you know, we spotted you here 2 weeks ago, here you are again. And which is fair enough. Sometimes you've got to take it on the chin. It's a stupid thing to do. So anyway, I made a short move, didn't work out. They still told me off, just to wait for a chance till the guy was fit enough and well enough to fix me central heating. Now it got done. Thank God. We didn't get the old one fixed. There just wasn't time. We ran out of time, and with 3 days left, once I got the email, I thought, right, we've got 3 days, I've got to go. I can't afford to get a second email. Cannot do that. I'm doing 1200 RPM. There's no point. I'll do 1250. There's no point getting speed up today. It's something like a 7-mile cruise. There's no locks. Theoretically, no drama. Any rain will be sort of minor. It's not going to be heavy rain, we hope. So it should be a nice little cruise, and the only potential fly in the ointment is the broker. This is called Machu Picchu. I realised just what kind of a coffee critic doesn't even name the brand. So this is the Co-op brand. Because I've been here that long, I'm using the Co-op for like everything basically. But anyway, so Machu Picchu, strength 4. So it's got a bit of a kick to it in theory, and it's South American Machu Picchu, isn't it? It's South American anyway. I don't know. Listen, shut up and drink. I can feel the heat off it. I didn't even drink any. I was being so cautious not to burn myself, because that is proper hot. It's been in the thermocup, unopened. There's a strategy with the thermocup. I just want to say this for all this sort of fellow thermocup lovers, obsessives like me. When you've got a little thermocup with a tiny aperture, open it for about 10-15 minutes or so. Let the coffee cool down to drinking temperature, then seal it. Coffee drinking strategy. This is so educational. Some beautiful views as well, by the way, which I'll talk about in a minute. But first of all, the coffee review. I've got to give this a go. I feel like it's going to be too hot. That is hot. Hot and not great. It's not my best effort. Might as well let's call it what it is. It's drinkable. I'll manage. I'll survive. It's got almost like an orangey flavour to it. I can't describe the flavour because I don't have properly functioning, I was going to say nose buds, smelling things, whatever they are, the sensory organs. I haven't got them, or enough of them, and or they're broken anyway. So I don't smell things and taste things in the same way that you normally would. I'm just working off of taste, not smell. And it's a slightly, it's a very different experience, isn't it? Well known by boaters, this place. Came down here for a change of scenery and to avoid getting into trouble with CRT. Obviously my ploy didn't work, But now I'm making a proper move. That, by the way, is Lichfield Cruising Club. It's like a small arm of a canal. I think it goes on for a good few hundred yards. And I think also there's a boat ahead of me, moored. So I'm going to take some speed off. There's a moored as well. Ow! I thought it was cool enough to drink, sorry. It wasn't very dignified, was it? Not quite cool enough. Will be soon. Nice. And approaching some moored boats after this bridge hole. So let's just take it easy. Take it easy, sir. Take it easy, sir. Take it easy. You people. Oh, hello. We've got some kind of a spider. Got some kind of a long-bodied spider. It isn't even a proper spider. I'm thinking, am I allowed to kill this one? It's as ugly as sin. It's partly white. And it's got some kind of an elongated body. Guys, I'm really sorry about this. I feel like it's too ugly. I'm sorry, honestly, I don't normally kill spiders, right? That wasn't a proper spider. It was a long, thin body. I mean, it was a spider, but it was. I haven't got an excuse. I shouldn't have killed it. It just looked weird, though. It just looked wrong. I don't want that. Something. I heard a buzzing noise then. I don't want something like that creeping around the stern. But anyway, you know, no problem traffic wise. It's nice and calm. So I feel like it's going to be a calm cruise. So much so, I think I can sit down in the classic sort of narrow boaters pose. Sit down for a bit. It's not like standing on the stern is exactly hard work, to be fair. But you know, can sit down, why the hell not? Okay, going in for a second go of this Machu Picchu, that's it, isn't it? Give it a stare. A bit too close to the towpath. I'm on the wrong side of the flaming canal. At least get in the middle. When you're cruising along, generally stay in the middle, because then it's less further to go when you do have to move. I'm going to see the odd horsefly round here. I've got some repellent on, but I feel like I don't know if it's going to be enough. If I get some determined ones, sometimes they don't. Pretty sure that was one. Anyway, let's get a quick review in before I'm bitten to death and eaten alive by... That's a horse. That's got to be a horse like that. Can we do this review, or am I? Okay, well, do you know what? To be fair, right? Let's do the review. Now, two issues. One, my crafting of the brew. Did I get the proportions right? This is the equivalent of about 1 1/4 mugs. So I sort of put in what I thought was roughly enough coffee and honey and milk, well, evaporated milk, for 1 1/4 brews. Did I get it right? Sort of. It could have done with a bit more coffee. It's not strong enough. So, but that's my problem, you see. Let's not conflate my poor workmanship with a poor brew, because it might be a decent brew. There's a boat coming, so I'm going to have to... Hiya. You got a decent day for it today, I think? Yeah. We have now. Oh, does he know something I don't? Okay, well, to be honest, if the forecast has changed, and if it is going to get a bit hairy, by which I mean rainy, the wind I can sort of deal with. It's a pain, But it's not so much discomfort, just, you know, be careful, don't bump into things, all that. The rain's more difficult to deal with, isn't it? It just gets into everything. I'll cut the revs a little bit. Go past this GRP. Look. He's got his cat in the tender. Right, so looks like we're horsefly free for the time being. So, resuming the coffee review, my craftsmanship is terrible. Didn't put enough milk in. It was a rush job. I'd filled up with water and I wanted to get away from the wharf because, you know, they have other customers who want to park there. So I didn't do the best job with the tools available, with the Machu Picchu. We're coming into Whittington now. And as I say, I made a visit to Whittington 2 weeks ago for a few days to, as I've said, to do my obligated move. So I've done this little stretch, but shortly I'll be on a stretch which is new. Yeah, this coffee's weird. It's got a sort of an orangey. It's not citrus, almost like orange peel. Very strange. An orangey. I wouldn't say it was a tang. An orangey overtone. I'm turning to a proper review, aren't I? An orangey sort of an overtone, but not sharp, bitter. As I say, more like orange peel. A hint. I can't describe it. I think if I had a working nose, I mean, I can use my nose to breathe, but you know, obviously not to smell. If I had a working smelling nose, I think I'd do a better job of these reviews. But anyway, I made a rubbish brew. That's the bottom line. And the brew is not that fantastic. The Machu Picchu, it's sort of competent, just. It's not a great brew. I'm not a fan of the orange overtones. I do like more coffee. Bit of a sharper turn than sort of what I was ready for. Now I get a bad press, but look at that chunk of rock out there. Chunk of brick, I mean. Horrendous. And now I feel like we're leaving Whittington. I don't want to come down. I've said this before. I don't want to come down on those little local shops in villages or the outskirts of towns or whatever, you know. I don't want to come down on them. It's just, there's one or two I've been into, and you'll see like one block of orange cheese in the fridge, highly processed orange cheese. You'll see like a packet of ham that's one day before its sell-by date. Yeah, and it's rubbish anyway, even when it was first manufactured. But anyway, I don't want to spend the whole day bitching, but what I'm saying is those small shops are sort of useless. Right. Okay, so this is now one boat wide. 1.5 boats wide, so I've got to pay attention here. If things go wrong here, i.e. a boat comes at me, it's going to be an interesting episode. So we're just hissing our way through the reeds as they sort of stroke against the side of the boat. Oh, look, the little chimney company. Guys, if you need a chimney, look out for this boat. Little chimney company, find us on Facebook. I bet you they do some lovely stuff. They've got a little butty attached to them at the back. So the northern edge of Tamworth, it's only about 2 miles, but we're not going there. There's bugger all there. We're going a bit further in, so it's 3 1/3 miles, and there's 2 loops. So I would say it's at least 4 miles. Here's a boat. It's always on a bend, isn't it? Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous little Jack Russells. Now what the guy did there, because he was on the outside of the bend, I was on the inside, I had a bit more space, and the wind took him as well, I think, across into the bank. So now he's working his way along the bank because the wind's trapped him. Most regrettable. I have been in that situation many times. Sun's a bit weird. It's in and out. There's a horsefly on the solar panel. Probably scoping me out for a move. That's what it'll be doing. It'll be scope. Yeah, that's a bloody horsefly. Bastard. Sadly, this stuff doesn't kill them. My repellent. But this is the deal in the rural areas, you know. It's all lovely. Yeah, it's... Oh my God, it is. It's a horsefly. And it's trying to get close into me. I swear to you, right, that horsefly sat on the solar panel for a couple of minutes, scoped me out, and then swooped onto the roof in front of me. Just bumped the edge there slightly. Now I'm trapped against the bank.